Hi everyone, today I am cooking up some delicious stew beef, so stay with me while I show you how I wash my meat, and then I will show you how I season and prepare my stew beef. So here I have my beef cut up in some nice bite sizes, and I already cleaned them, and I'm just here. I'm gonna wash the meat a few times to rinse off all the vinegar taste and also remove some of the bloody water. So stay with me as I show you step by step how I prepare my stew beef. This meat is also looking soft, so I'm pretty sure that I won't be cooking it too long. Rinsing it about 3 times should be alright. So here I have my seasonings, my steak seasoning, onion powder, Maggi all-purpose, and some Maggi chicken seasoning, and also my Eve browning. And for those of you who don't know what browning is, it's just caramelized sugar or burnt sugar. So here I portioned out my powder seasoning, which is just 1 teaspoon of each, and some pimento berries. I'm also gonna use about a teaspoon of the browning. Using too much browning can cause it to taste bitter, and it also depends on how light colored you want your meat or how dark you want it. It doesn't really add flavor, just color. So I like to use my hand to mix in the seasoning properly before I set it aside to marinate. These are the natural seasonings that I will be using: my thyme, garlic, onion, scotch bonnet pepper, yellow bell pepper, scallions, and later on I will be adding some carrots and some potato, some Irish potato. I washed and I cut them up in small pieces, and I will also be adding them to the meat. Here I'm giving it another mixing, then I will set it aside and let it marinate between 45 minutes to 1 hour before I cook. You can also season your meat and put it in the refrigerator until you're ready to cook it, or the freezer. Smelling good already, that I can tell you for sure. Here I have my pressure pot heated. I'll just add a little vegetable oil, bring it to a heat, then I will add the meat. I'll try to reserve the seasonings, the scallion and the onion and the thyme, and add them just before I add the pressure cooker cover with the water. gonna add all the meat at one time, and then I'm gonna leave it to, you know, produce its own juices, and then I'll let it fry down before I will add the water to cook it and the cover. Just gonna give it a little stir and kind of level them down and leave it to do its thing. There, it started to spring the water already. I'm just gonna leave it for it to come to a fry, dry out all the juices before I add the water to cook it. That is what I'm talking about when I talk about frying. And that is what 4 pounds of beef also looks like when it's reduced down. And that's a nice color, that's how I like it. So I'll just pour enough water, not too much, just enough to kind of almost cover the meat. And because this meat is looking tender, I will pressure it for just 15 minutes. Pressure cook for just 15 minutes. That is what it's looking like. After pressuring, now I'm gonna add the seasoning that was left back with the potato and the carrot, and I will cover it with a normal cover and just let it cook. Let the potato and the carrot cook, and then I'll taste it to see if it needs some more seasoning, and I'll show you from there. Here I'm gonna add a little ketchup. A little hoisin Chinese sauce. And these will add to the great flavor that I'm looking for, and also add a little thickness to the gravy. This is my favorite Chinese sauce, hoisin sauce. I cook it in all my brown stews. I tasted and it wanted just a little bit more of the steak sauce and a little bit more Maggi. Notice I did not use any salt because with these seasonings it's totally not necessary. So after this, I'm just gonna cover it with a regular pot cover and allow the potatoes and the seasonings to cook until they're tender. And that shouldn't take long, maybe another 15 to 20 minutes. I don't want my potatoes and my carrots to be too soft so that they start mashing. I don't like my gravy to be too thick, so I'll try not to boil it down too much either. And it's tasting very delicious, very delicious. In another 5 minutes it will be ready. And that is what it's looking like.